I didn't even realize the dude from Splitgate 2 panel was super cringe. It was a good showcase in spite of it, though. See, I'm conflicted on the Splitgate 2 guy. I'm very conflicted. I'm super duper conflicted on the Splitgate 2 thing. Cause like some people are like, I don't like that he wore a hat that said make FPS great again. You could say that that felt cringe, but like everybody does that. I've worn a hat that said make the Spire great again. And I was doing that while being conservative Deku. And nobody said, wow, I really don't like what you're doing. And the guy is just very critical of Call of Duty, which is awesome. People are like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy Splitgate 2 now because of that. And it's like, really? It's a free game for one. And two, like, okay, I think that like making fun of an entire political movement is not in the same vein as joining it. Like, I don't know. You had a whole January 6 mod made and we still love you? Yeah, because I slayed the Capitol. That was awesome. That was necessary to happen, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The game seemed cool. People seem to have really good initial reviews of Splitgate 2, so that's cool. I read it as he was making fun of MAGA. Yeah, it's literally just like, it's everybody nowadays, when they have something that they're passionate about, they just say, let's make that thing great again. I hated the cringe F-bomb during the presentation. The reason that the F-bomb comes across as cringe is because people aren't supposed to use it. So when he has to like look both ways before crossing the street and then says the F-bomb, drops a fuck, then yeah, it's like, it's cringe. But I also think that it's cringe because he was being cringe. And I think that if like Keanu Reeves came out and said the new Cyberpunk 2077 DLC exclusive for the Switch 2 is going to be fucking awesome, everybody would lose their damn minds because we don't look at Keanu Reeves as cringe. You know what I'm saying? I think you exempt from being cringe over the conservative Deku stuff because you're outspoken and chill in support of the LGBT community. I don't know about that guy, so he doesn't get the buffer, if that makes sense. Yeah, and he's like in the FPS category, right? And the FPS gamers, if there ever is a category of gaming that is going to be claimed by right-wing grifters, it's definitely going to be the military games. The games that closely depict what they dream of doing IRL. I get it. But I also think that like, can I give a genuine marketing take? Can I give a genuine marketing take? I'm a little bit of a marketer myself. Okay. Marketing take. Okay. FPS guy doesn't want to come out and say that he's for or against DJT, aka Donald J. Trump, aka dictator of America. Okay? If the guy who's not necessarily on one specific side of the fence wears a make FPS games great again hat, it can be seen from the left side of the aisle as, oh my God, he's making fun of the MAGA movement. And then as the right side of the aisle, they're like, oh my God, he's making an allude towards our God and Savior Donald Trump. So then they like him too. So I think from a marketing perspective, it in his head and in the head of the marketers that were like telling him probably to wear that hat on stage, or whoever decided to wear that hat on stage, it actually makes a lot of sense because you're both siding a joke. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I actually get it. I actually agree with him wearing the hat because of that, but I think that his vibe himself was just cringe. Like, I think when he didn't come out with like super cool guy energy, it then makes the right side of the aisle go, we don't want that guy. And then the left side of the aisle is like, no, that guy's cringe, therefore his hat is cringe. And it's a win-win because people get to talk about it. It worked. Exactly. Wait, Oryx, you're actually a fucking marketing genius. You work for it in a living. I know it. You should go into it for a living. Yeah, exactly. The fact that we're talking about it right now. Oh, what game are you talking about? Splitgate 2. Oh, what game are you talking about that's free? Splitgate 2. Oh, what's the drama with Splitgate 2? Oh, it also had a $140 skin that then the people got mad about, and then they reduced it to $40. Again, creating a bunch of talking about it, right? Bang, bang, bang. They're actually doing like pretty genius marketing moves. $140 skin. It was like a skin bundle. It was like a bundle of skins. Okay, but that's horseshit. Is it though? I'm gonna say this. Is it though? Is it bullshit to have $140 skins in a free ass game? Is it though? Like if somebody wants to fucking pay for that shit? Is it though? Like you get no competitive advantage. Valorant does that, no one bats an eye. Yeah, League of Legends releases a $500 skin for a guy that is notorious for using no skins. People make an uproar about it for like 2 seconds. And then now we just ban Ari because we banned Ari for like 6 months because it's funny that people spend $500 and then can't use it. The problem with Riot Games is that they utilize the gacha system, right? Like that's what shit about Riot Games and their super expensive skins. I think the backlash about the skin was because they said we won't do MTX in our next game. Oh, then that's fair. That's valid. That's valid. If it's one skin, no more than $15. See, I disagree that a skin can't be more than $15. Like, I do think that the League of Legends skins having like stat tracking, like CSGO, can make it be worth more than $15. Now, is it $500 worth? No, but I think stat tracking is cool as fuck. I think that comes at a premium for the entire life of you having that champion. You can write out in text that everybody else sees with an emote of how many kills you have. Then when you kill somebody, you can then write that out again and then go bing, bang, boom. Look at how many kills I got now.
Sorry if I seem hostile today. Not my intention. I love you. Anyways, as poor as I am, I would never play Fortnite without paying money for skins and emotes. It's like the whole point. I think expensive skins are okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the thing is, I think expensive skins are okay. But I think that like I think that like skin cost is like absolutely just a reflection of like capitalism, right? Where it's like if people don't want it, they're not going to spend money on it, and then you lose money in the long run. Honestly, I spend more money in games that are free than in AAA games. Yes, that's what people's major criticism is of free to play games, is that their marketing model tends to actually net more money overall, which then makes it seem more predatory, right? So there's like a movement of people that are like, dude, I would rather pay $50 for a game and get every skin for free. I'd rather do that. But then the creators of the game are like, yeah, but then we only make $50 one time, and then we never want to make anything for the game ever again, because why would we put work into a game that's finished and the majority of people have already bought? That would be like if I could make an update to a YouTube video, you know? Like if I make a YouTube video, and 95% of the people that will ever see the YouTube video see it within the first week. But then I'm like, ooh, I can make this edit and make it 10% better. Why would I make that edit? Because then like 5% of the people would see it, you know? If a skin is cosmetic only, I won't buy it. If it's more than $50, I could spend that $50 and buy a different game. See, I always go by the hour ratio, right? Like I think a really common ratio that people use is how much is a skin or how much is a game worth in terms of your time? And people are like, okay, if it's $50, I should be getting at least 50 hours out of it. Right? Or at least I should be able to like prospectively see myself enjoying 50 hours. I might not have time to get the 50 hours out of the game, but like a $50 game should be a 50-hour game minimum. And so I treat it the same way with skins, where like when I was a League of Legends player and like Pulsefire Ezreal came out, I was like, oh, I'm already Frost Prime and I already play with Frosted Ezreal because that's kind of me and everybody say that I look like Ezreal. So why the hell would I spend $35, because that's what an expensive skin was at the time, on Pulsefire Ezreal, because I'm going to play it 0 hours. But Frosted Ezreal was worth every single buck of the like $5 or $10 that it was, because I'll do that. So for somebody that's an Ari one trick, buying the $500 Faker Ari skin and then playing 500 hours of Ari, I can see it.
I think STS2 not be on PC game show was bad business show.
I think that STS2 not being free to play and having thousands of microtransactions is actually going to hurt the game in the long run. One's in chat if you agree. Seems like we got a lot of business people in chats. Should have a battle pass. Yeah, we saw how well the battle pass did in the mod, so that means that it's necessary. I do genuinely hope though that they have some skins. I don't think that they should be paid for, but or like they do like a DLC collaboration like Bellatra did. I'd be so down for that. There was an update to something that we talked about on Monday that we were then going to make into a video. But before we turn it into the video, we should talk about the update to it. Monday, we talked about the game show that happened over the weekend that we watched together, or that happened on Thursday or Friday of last week. The Summer Games Fest or whatever the hell it was. And one of the chat, if you remember us talking about it, and also if you remember Splitgate 2 and how that was a big drama in the scene. Either way, we talked about it, but there's been an update. No excuses. I'm sorry. And I watched this last night, and I don't think I want to watch all of this on stream, but we'll watch just a little bit of it so you can kind of get the tone.
Hey guys, it's Ian. You're probably tired of seeing my face by now, but I promise this message is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones. So I've got a lot of questions about what's up with the hat, why'd you wear it, what was the intent, and I want to start by explaining myself. It is really freaking hard as an independent studio to break through the noise. You go to these award shows,
And like the vibe is just kind of like this throughout the entirety of it. And I think that this was just so unbelievably unnecessary to put out. I don't think that anybody was actually gave a shit. And he kind of just echoed the point that I said of like, yeah, we just thought it would be like a good marketing tactic. We agreed that we wanted to like make a statement and we thought that this was the funniest way to do it. He wanted it to just be a joke, but like the community kind of not took it as a joke. But I think that by coming out with this, I think that it's just gonna like, he's just gonna come out as somebody that can just be walked on by the community when in like, I don't think that this was a scenario where you needed to walk back anything. Like you just made a joke that didn't land. You just made a joke that didn't land, but it didn't land because you made the joke. It landed because you were just a little cringe. You were just a bad deliverer of the joke. He did an AMA on the subreddit yesterday. Okay, maybe wait, hold on. Do you think that this is a marketing tactic? Do you think that he's actually just an incredible actor and that this is part of it? Maybe I'm giving him too much credit or not giving him enough credit. Maybe he's actually a genius. Maybe the press was dying down and he was like, I need to get back in the press circuit. But here's the thing, not many people were mad at you, and the people on the crazy right wing were like cheering you on and making you a bastion for boobs in video games. So maybe that's why you did it, because you didn't like that was happening. But now the people on the right side of the aisle are just calling you a big pussy baby, and the people on the left side are just like, it's still cringe. So I don't know. The game still looks fun. And by every person that has played the game, they say that the game's fun. I think it's just like, you're kind of digging yourself a hole. Anyways, that's the update.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks and a